Hello, my name is Amanda Armenta and I'm a member of the Hispanic Heritage Committee. I'm very excited to introduce the Chair Project. We have the artist as a member of our committee and we're very honored that he is a member of our committee and our community. So I hope you enjoy learning more about the Chair Project.
My name is Patricio, Tlacaelel, Trujillo, y Fuentes. I'm a performance artist. I like to combine all of the arts, music, dance, poetry, and I like to put those in the form of a performance art piece. I've been around a lot of years. I studied dance in New York City with Paula Sanasardo, Martha Graham. I've had the great opportunity to show my visual art in museums and galleries. I have a gallery in Taos that represents my work. So I have the great fortune to be able to say I have a gallery. So I've been working on this project about 5 years, and I have photographed probably over 150 people so far. It encompasses everybody from priests to musicians to lawyers, college professors, just a whole range of people in the project to represent our community, because we are rich and we are diverse. We come in many different shapes and sizes, and I really wanted to capture that with my Chair Project. Again, the Chair Project has been happening about 5 years, and it's been a great project, and it's been a lot of fun. So the way I got this chair is that I was at a yard sale, and I was kind of looking around, and I really didn't see anything that interested me. But as I was leaving the yard sale, I looked on the porch of the house, and there was a wrought iron fence surrounding the porch. And so I happened to look over there and I saw all these boxes, and on top of this chair, under the chair, beside the chair were all these boxes. So I asked the guy, I said, "Is that chair for sale?" And he said, "Yes." So I purchased the chair for almost nothing. Turns out the chair comes out of a church in Taos, is what I'm told. But I really thought, this chair kind of represents come in, sit down, relax, eat, take a load off. So it really kind of represents that metaphor of welcoming you into my realm, my home, and just making sure that you feel safe and comfortable and relaxed. And so all of those people that I have photographed, I've wanted them to know that should they ever need anything, come sit at my table, eat with me, relax, and be safe. So that's really the idea behind gathering so many of the people in our community that I have photographed, and it's been a great fun. Many people from many walks of life. I have photographed homeless people, drug addicts, college professors, nuns, priests, musicians, political individuals, and really it represents a whole cross-section of our community. Again, the whole gamut of what people are and what we do in our community, whether we're professionals, whether we're homeless and underserved. The chair represents that sense of we are a big community. I've had, again, the great opportunity to photograph many people from all walks of life. But one of my biggest, I feel, accomplishments, the chair got taken to a whole nother level when I photographed Dolores Huerta. It was interesting the way that came about. I knew she was coming to Albuquerque, and I thought, wow, I grew up with Dolores Huerta. Since I was a kid, I remember hearing about Dolores Huerta and Cesar Chavez. And so when I knew she was coming to Albuquerque, I really wanted to get her in the chair. That was kind of far-fetched. I didn't know that I was going to be able to pull that off. So I went to the event at the National Hispanic Cultural Center, and there she was. And I asked somebody who was working with her if it was possible for her to come to the studio and sit in the chair, and they said, "Well, you need to ask her family, they're right over there." So I asked her son, Emilio, and he said, "Sure, let's do it Sunday." And I was like, "Oh my God, I got it done." It was amazing. And the next day, here comes Dolores Huerta, and she sat in the chair. And I knew I wanted to have a background that was specific to her, because she is from New Mexico. She is ours in a sense, and I really wanted to reclaim her. And the way I thought I could do that was to do the Zia sign, the Zia New Mexico flag behind her. And so I got me some yellow paper and some red paper, and I designed the background. And then when she came to take the picture, she asked if she could use the bulto. I guess a friend of hers gave her the bulto, and there's the photograph, and I'm really thrilled to have been able to photograph her. I feel like once she sat in the chair, it took the series to a whole nother level. And so it's really great to have our historical figures as well, not just locally, but at the national and world level with Dolores Huerta. So my hope with this project is that I'll be able to get it into a museum, perhaps a gallery. There are some talks in the works that there's a possibility it could show in Taos. That's a lot of artworks to show as far as the photographs. If you have 150 photographs, how do you show them? Well, I'm not just going to pin them up on a wall. Every one of them is going to be matted and mounted and framed, and they're all going to have the exact same frame. So imagine buying 150 frames that are all alike. But aside from showing it in a gallery or a museum, I'd also like to get it in as a coffee table book. You know, people pick up this book, it's titled The Chair, you pick it up and you look. This is the history of Albuquerque, this is who the people are that live and work together. So my goal is to have it in a museum or a gallery, or to have it as a coffee book table. So I'll bet you I can pull that off. So I'm really great that Irma Ruiz and Jennifer Gomez Chavez have been able to sit for the series. They're two really great women who co-chair the Hispanic Heritage Committee, and to be able to include them as part of the committee, it's really a great honor. I have attended a couple of their meetings. I've been part of many of their events, and really, what does Hispanic heritage mean to me as a Chicano? As a Chicano, my Hispanic heritage means that my father was from allá, New Mexico, and my mother then is from here. Sorry, not New Mexico, Mexico. So my grandfather owned land in Colorado when it was still Mexico, and my grandparents didn't speak a word of English. And then my parents, my mother grew up here, born and raised here. So at one point then, my grandfather's land then became America. My mama tells me that my grandfather, they called him Peanuts, Cacahuate, was a violinist for Pancho Villa. That's something I didn't know about and I only learned about recently. So there's a whole sense of being proud of who I am as a Chicano. And you know, we're told to speak English. This is America. One of the questions I have is that, you know, why do those who are telling us to speak English, why don't they learn Spanish? And why are they not as proficient in Spanish as we are in English? So Hispanic heritage really means looking at myself and knowing who I am and where I come from. George Washington and Abraham Lincoln are not my forefathers. My forefathers are Emiliano Zapata and Pancho Villa and a lot of those great figures that we're taught as Hispanics that those were, you know, slovenly characters, that they were not decent men, but my parents have taught me otherwise, and I'm very proud of my heritage as a Hispanic. Although I really don't care for Hispanic, I really like to identify as a Chicano with Mexica roots. So I too have evolved, and I'm really proud to be part of the Hispanic Heritage Celebration, and very proud to be brown and proud. So thank you. Thanks very much.